All right, third question. What is your advice for recruitment campaigns? How can we make our ads for our clients? How can we make our ads better for our clients? Shelly and the sales team at McDonald Broadcasting. Now, I just want to play. First of all, Shelly, thank you for actually sending in examples of what you want to make better. Helps us answer the question so much better. So what we're going to do right now is let's listen to a couple of these ads, okay? And then I want to get your gentleman's feedback.
You have your Michigan Motor Vehicle Mechanic Certificate and diesel or automotive experience. Figuring out what's wrong and solving problems is fun for you. You're just tired of your current job. Diesel Truck Sales wants you to join their team as a diesel truck technician.
Diesel Truck Sales specializes in medium to heavy-duty truck sales, service, and parts. They are committed to delivering excellent service. So if you have the drive, Diesel Truck Sales will train you. Benefits include 401k with profit sharing, Blue Cross Blue Shield, life and disability insurance, paid uniforms, monthly appreciation lunches, competitive pay, and more, plus weekends off and opportunities for overtime.
As a diesel truck technician, you will receive paid factory training for Detroit diesel engine, Cummins engine, Caterpillar truck engine, and Allison transmission, and full-service truck dealer for Freightliner, Western Star, and Freightliner custom chassis. Family owned since 1946. Call Dan at 989-753-4481, extension 2220. That's 989-753-4481, extension 2220 to join the diesel truck sales team.
Okay, and then here's a whole nother category of recruitment ad.
What I like best about working in local broadcast sales is the chance to call on such a variety of great local business owners and to learn from them, their history, their passion, their love for the business. The entrepreneurial spirit and competitiveness that drives successful business people is contagious. It's even more fun when we help them achieve the results they want through effective use of radio. Think of it this way. As a seller for McDonald Broadcasting, your job is to make people and businesses famous. We put them on the proverbial map of the consumer's mind. Some of you have even responded to their invitation. We know that because our clients see a difference when they embrace proven, effective advertising strategies. I'm Barry Borsnick, General Sales Manager for 5 radio stations, including this one. We are looking for others who want to make a difference, who want to have a positive impact on the local economy, who want to enjoy the rewards of a regular work week calling on great local businesses that can use our help. Call me, 989-752-8161, and just ask for Barry.
Okay, so we got 2 examples of some recruitment ads. How can we make them better?
I love the radio station recruitment ad. Clearly, a lot of our advice made it in there, and I think the way that he tells the story without falling into some of the traps about pay and overtime and 401k. Some of the way he describes the people that he's looking for, those are the kind of people I'd like to do business with. So I think when we're writing for recruitment, we have to realize the actual person that we're going to hire is just one out of thousands and thousands who hear the ads. Sometimes recruitment is another form of branding. So when we're talking about the kind of company values that we have and that we hold dear, and we're looking for people of a certain ilk, that when written properly, that can really show off who we are as a culture in a way that is also branding. So I really love that one. I think in the diesel ad, again, I think that ad is good, and I would just kind of pause also to say that I find the best results are when people, and this is a media buyer's perspective, but when people treat their recruitment needs like they do their branding needs, they more or less will have recruiting on the radio or in their television ads all of the time. And that's because people come in and out of the buying cycle for a new job, just like they do for a roof or a new garage door. So telling that story over and over again not only reaches that key person that we're trying to hire, it reaches mom, cousin, brother, friend, other influencers, wife, sister, other families that are in town. It reaches influencers that understand what this person may be going through. They're not happy. They've never liked their new boss. They're miserable compared to last year, and they can tell the story of the opportunity as well as anyone, and perhaps with a little bit more credibility to that actual person we're trying to hire. In the meantime, a well-written ad also tells the story of our culture to all the thousands of people who are not qualified to become diesel mechanics or aren't ever going to be diesel mechanics. I would really also, and I'm looking forward to seeing what Dave has to say about this, because his ads are magical. And I know that when you get into this recruitment cycle, you do a lot of digging in terms of culture and fit so that you can project that into your radio spots.
Well, thank you for that. You know,
I
at the end of
teed
the
you
day,
up there, didn't I?
yeah, thanks. I'm trying to think of the last recruitment ad I wrote. But I think at the end of the day, I think you're right. And a recruitment ad is a strange beast. It's gotta serve two masters in a way, right? Because it does have a bit of a branding element to it. It's indirect targeting, right? What are we saying to the 99.9% of the listeners that are not going to apply for this job and aren't even qualified for it? So we're saying what a company we are and what culture we have and what it's like to work for us. But you've got to keep in mind that at the end of the day, this ad should be describing the kind of person that you want to hire and maybe resonating with some of the issues and challenges that they might have. And I think about, like, with the diesel one, just the everyday things that we all worried about. You won't have to worry about finding health insurance. You may not have saved a penny for retirement so far, but when you come to work with us, we're going to help you do that, right? So check, that box is checked. I've got insurance checked off. I've got retirement checked off, and we're going to give you time off and let you use it when it suits you. Oh, check. I don't have to fight for a day off somewhere. So you build those benefits into the person that you're thinking about hiring. Some of those very specific things on the diesel ad may or may not be relevant. I don't know, because I don't really know what's in the heart of someone that would be even looking for a job or a job change to a diesel mechanic. But I think they're probably directionally right. And then I would just make sure that they it's even kind of old school to say, if you're gonna talk about a benefit, then you follow that up, which means, right, we're going to give you vacation, which means when you want to go to the lake and your buddies are going to the lake, you can take the day off and go to the lake. And so those kinds of things, and you obviously need to paint that in a shorter bunch of words. But I think what you really want to do is get their attention and go, you know what, I really need to check that out. Because that would solve some problems for me, right? And so on the radio recruitment ad too, it would solve some problems for me, and maybe make it, you know, if you love just sitting around talking to business owners and figuring out what their problems are and helping them solve them, that's really what this is about, right? Don't think of it as if you think of it as sales, nobody wants a sales job, but we like to help people and we like to learn things. If you're intensely curious about business and like to help business owners, man, this is right up your alley, because that's what you're going to be doing. We just have some tools that will help you do it. But you're still throwing in some things to make you sound like a good place to work too. So you've got to do both of those things.
Yeah. And when I saw this question came through, I immediately thought of a resource, Shelley, and whole McDonald Broadcasting team that you have access to because you're a subscriber. At the monthly level where you're watching this video and sending questions in, you have access to our whole library of videos, one of which I will drop a direct link to down below in the description for this month's broadcast, is a 45-minute video with Roy and Daniel. And the title of that video is how to write ads for employment. And Roy runs through 5 or 6 examples of highly effective recruitment ads and what to do. Now, you can go watch that video. There'll be a link right below. You have access to it. Just make sure you're logged in. But if you're watching this, that means you're logged in. But here's the 2 takeaways for it, just off the bat. Good advertising is good advertising. And so what do we know about advertising for a business? Well, we always say, don't talk about you, your stupid business, your product, or you. Talk about the customer, right? Help them envision themselves using your product. Well, the same is true for a recruitment ad. Nobody cares about you, your dumb business, or the products that you sell. Talk about the potential candidate and what working for you will be like, and paint the picture by using the word you. Put them into the situation and qualify who you're looking for. Now, yes, these also can double as branding ads. And the second point is ask mirroring questions that help them self-select and filter out. And so that way too, even though, like we've mentioned, 99% of the people listening to the ad are not going to be your candidate, their friends and family who know them and know their personality will also be, their ears will perk up. And so what I did, actually, I went ahead and let me screen share. I rewrote the diesel mechanic ad for you, and you did several good things in this diesel mechanic ad, and I left those things in black, and they were the best parts of the ad because it's where you were specifically talking about the candidate and what would be important to them. The things in red I should just be taken right out. And the things in orange raised some questions in my mind that need answering and editing. And I'll explain what I mean. So let's just run through the script real quick. Starting out, you have your Michigan Motor Vehicle Mechanic Certificate and diesel or automotive experience. That's great. That's a qualifier that needs to be in the ad because that's specifically who you're looking for. You'll notice when I rewrite it, though, I changed that around because that's a hard cold open. That's a mouthful. You have your Michigan Motor Vehicle Mechanic Certificate does not help me visualize or picture anything. It does not grab my curiosity or attention right out of the gate. So we just changed that a little bit in the rewrite. But that figuring out what's wrong and solving the problem is fun for you. That's an amazing, because you're painting the picture of the kind of person who wants to be a diesel mechanic for this company. You're just tired of your current job. I would recommend not putting that in because that's not who you want. You want somebody who loves what they do and is excited to show up to work every day. You want to steal that person away. If you're looking for somebody who's just bored or they're tired, that means they're a malcontent. That means they're not going to be happy anywhere they go. That's not who you want working for you. So take that part right out. Diesel truck sales wants you to join their team as a diesel truck technician. Who is diesel truck sales? I don't know. That it's so impersonable. It's so removed and detached. So say we want you to join our team as a diesel truck technician. We want you. So make it personable. Bring it down to the level. Don't detach the language. This whole next part in red, nobody cares who you are or what you do. Obviously, you work around diesel trucks and heavy duty equipment if you're looking for a diesel truck mechanic. So that's not important. They'll figure that out when they come for the interview. So if you have the drive, diesel truck sales will train you. That's great. Look, we just need you to be willing, right? We'll train you. Don't worry if you don't know everything. That's an awesome piece of the ad. Benefits, again, Kyle mentioned that, talking about the 401k with profit sharing, Blue Cross Blue Shield, that's all great. Monthly appreciation lunches. Here's why I would strike that out. Remember, your first customers, your first and highest customers are your employees. And again, good marketing is good marketing. Always leave a little extra, little lagniappe. If you include everything in the advertisement, then when you do it, it's not new, surprising, and it doesn't feel like a bonus. So don't talk about the monthly appreciation lunches. Just have them. Let them get hired. And because look, if we're being honest, some kind of a dorky catered lunch once a month is not really going to swing the deal whether I come work for you or not.
Right.
But once I am working for you, that's an amazing little like, oh, they do monthly. I didn't know we did monthly. This is awesome. I love this place, right? So don't talk about it. Otherwise, it's not extra. Save that for later. Competitive pay and more. That means absolutely nothing. So don't even, unless the client is willing to name their price range, a specific number, this is how much you can make when you come work for us, starting at, here's the range, up to,
Yeah,
don't name it. That competitive pay and more means nothing, just raises eyebrows.
better be.
Yeah, it better be. Yeah, exactly. Now this next part in orange, I'd either clarify it or get rid of it. Plus weekends off and opportunities for overtime. Wait, what? Am I working overtime or do I have my weekends off? Which is it? It can't be both. Or are there two different situations that you need to describe for me? So probably I would lose that. Again, this next part about the training is amazing. Nobody cares that it's family owned. I'm sorry, it just doesn't matter. So you're wasting airtime. Diesel truck sales are the diesel professionals. Again, that's a throwaway sentence. Sorry, I hope I'm not being too harsh. But you asked for help. I want to tighten this up. Now, this whole next bit, you are excluding 50% of the population by making them call you. You need to have a way for introverts to contact you, and picking up the phone and calling Dan at an extension is not the best way to go about it. So if at all possible, either direct them straight to the diesel truck sales website, or for a few dollars, buy a wacky custom domain that you're only going to use for the recruitment. And that's, and then make that custom, easy to remember domain that's attention grabbing, memorable. Buy it and just set it up to just be a real quick one-page form for an introvert to contact you because they're interested in their job. By making them call you is the only way to get this job. You're excluding 50% of the population. So you're cutting your odds of success in half. So here's the rewrite. Notice the use of mirror questions and painting the picture for them. Are you a diesel truck technician? Bonus points for you. Do you also have your Michigan Motor Vehicle Maintenance Certificate? Double bonus points. Listen, if you're an experienced diesel mechanic, then you probably already have a job. You and I both know your skills are in demand. So why would you come to work for diesel truck sales? Because you don't like working the weekend. Friday at 5, you're ready to close your tool chest and go home to your family. You also enjoy having Blue Cross Blue Shield life and disability insurance, paid uniforms, 401k, and profit sharing, which means when you do good work, which you always do, you're rewarded for your efforts. Do you like a clean floor, lifts that actually work, and loaded tool chests where every socket and wrench has a home? Are you detail oriented and always tighten your bolts to spec? Then you're our brand of take pride in your work, and we're ready for you to join our team. At Diesel Truck Sales, we service Detroit diesel engine, Cummins, Caterpillar truck engines, Allison transmissions, and do full service for Freightliner, Western Star, and Freightliner custom chassis. Don't worry if you haven't worked on all of those brands. You'll receive paid factory training. Call Dan at 989-753-4481, extension 2220, or visit us at rollingcoalisinmysoul.com. So there you go, Shelley. By the way, rollingcoalisinmysoul.com is available for purchase. If you would like to register that domain for this ad, it's available. So nobody's bought it as of yet. If the corporate culture of the diesel truck sales is not that they're neat and tidy, then just swap those parts for something along the lines of, hey, are you tired of your boss always ragging on you to sweep your floor or put all your tools away? Don't worry, you get your own bay and you can keep it how you want when you work here, right? So we're just, change the personality so that whoever we're looking for matches the personality of the brand and the owners. So you're gonna have to figure that part out. But this is also branding. because if this is true about the owners and they are fastidious and tidy and they do everything right to spec and accordingly, this is also a branding ad. It's letting anybody who maybe not is looking for a job but is listening know, wow, these guys really like, take pride in their work. But yeah, so you can use this. I give it to you freely. You don't have to ask. You can copy, paste it, use it as your own, take it as our gift.
I love it, Zach.
Yeah, that's great.
I love it. And it does, it's going to resonate with somebody that's going to be a good fit for that job. And,
Yeah.
the other thing that crossed my mind, and this is tricky sometimes, because sometimes you have a company that's just got a descriptive name. And by descriptive name, I mean, it like describes what we do, right? Austin Plumbing and Heating, Austin Foot and Ankle Specialist. Yeah. It's like, okay, so it's your business name is sort of an SEO keyword phrase. And that's tough. Like this could be confusing to people that think, well, they're looking for, because their name has the word sales in it, they're looking for diesel salespeople.
Yeah. Exactly.
And I think you could actually have some fun with the name, especially if you turned it into a dialogue ad, right? It's diesel truck sales. Wait, I don't want to sell diesels. I want to fix diesels.
Yeah,
exactly.
Well, no, we fix diesels too. Well, why are you called diesel sales? Because we sell them and then we fix them. And then if you didn't buy it from us, we'll fix it and then we'll sell you another one. Or, right? You could, you could actually have some fun with that name and make it make sense, because it feels like a generic keyword, and that's just the way they name their business. So
yeah, exactly.
You have to be for what it is. It's almost like I've got an air conditioning client that's their name is just 3 letters, and that wasn't fun.
Yeah.
So you have to have fun with it, right? You have to make it fun.
The only other thing I would add on generalized recruitment, over the years, especially with my HVAC customers, I notice what happens. It's a seasonality. They say, oh, here we are going into the hot season. I need to find some techs. And they advertise for techs. And what they're thinking of is somebody's made it from being an installer and maybe, apprenticing all the way up to being a tech. Those are people that, some of them perfectly fine, great hires for your business. Very scarce. If you kind of flip the recruitment thing on its head a little bit and you cast a wider net for apprentices, you're going to get tons of resumes. You're going to be able to call through a lot of people. You are going to be running people through a training program, but you're inculcating them with your values of your company. They're not bringing over from XYZ competitor bad habits. And so if you take a longer term approach to your recruiting, flip the script, go after people who have no skills, that are untrained, and bring them along with a training program inside your walls. Cut the ones that have the bad attitude, that don't show up on time, that aren't respectful. Yeah, mold these guys to your corporate culture, and you're going to have an employee that lasts a lot longer inside your business. And those guys are miles and miles easier to find than a very specialized diesel mechanic, let's say, or even the other example, someone in the broadcast industry who can hit the ground running at a radio station anywhere. Better to bring those people along in most cases. Always nice to find those super talented guys who are ready to start, making you money today. But the other opportunity and the longer growth opportunity is to gear a well-crafted training program towards some apprentices and mold these young people toward the techs and technicians and salespeople that you want them to be.
I think that's great advice. You take that friction, man, it's all about removing friction. It's a pain in the butt to find a different job. There's just so many things.
So we've ventured now from things that are outside Shelley's control, really. So So this is, we're painting the general picture.
This is
but-
why Shelley should bring those people to Wizard Academy. I'm just saying. Take a page out of Kyle's book.
Yeah.
If you're a salesperson selling for a radio station in America, you should be coming to Wizard of Ads, Magical Worlds, anything that we do with the portals. All of the classes will expand your mind beyond where you were the minute you walked in to the classroom, no question. But particularly the Magical Worlds course opens up the why of frequency, impact quotient of your advertising, your customer experience factor, and the market potential that you have, and how to deal with these things to make successful plans happen. And as I said at the outset, I spent a long time with that consideration bias. Well, I'll try your station. Let me run 3 ads a week on your station. We'll see. Well, unfortunately, that's, if you're taking that kind of business, you won't be in the business very long.
Well, and I think as you said, when you bring your radio client to Wizard Academy and you sit through something like Magical Worlds, you now have a shared vocabulary.
Right.
It no longer feels like you're talking this wizardly gibberish,
Exactly.
magical sprinkle words on things, and they'll understand what it is you're trying to do in a deeper way, and they'll love you for bringing them here.
Well, and for the reps, you get such a good feel for writing good copy and what to expect, right? When you come out of Magical Worlds, you're going to be looking around going, wow, these ads I have on the air are not cutting it, right? I have to do more. I have to get past Broca. I have to get in, and I have to drive this brand so that when they fall into that moment and need my services, my customers' service, they think of me first, like me the best. We bypass Google. We've just gotten the best lead you've ever had. It's free, and they want to do business with you. So there's less sales resistance for the customer all the way down the line. I get excited about this stuff because I've seen it work so many times. And now as a partner, I understand even deeper what guys like Dave do when they write these ad campaigns. I'm on this 3-letter account that he's on, and what he's done with that is amazing. And it's one of the most entertaining and yet memorable ads that we have going, and our client is the benefactor of the growth that's coming from doing these 4 things properly.
Well, Dave, we normally do a plug at the end of each month, but I don't think we can get a better plug.
Did we do
that.
it?
So I think we're just going to say bye for this month. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next month.
Thank you, Zach.
Thanks, Zach. Thanks, Dave. Bye, guys. That I find the best results are when people, and this is a media buyer's perspective, but when people treat their recruitment needs like they do.
Bring excellent service. So if you have the drive, Diesel.
Try to group them together.
Yeah, I'm thinking about how Shell sponsors New Orleans Jazz Fest, and obviously.
And they're making stuff that gets sold by retailers somewhere. It's not sold in your town, and there's no customers in your town, but they have employees, and they want to be good citizens. So you figure out a way to help them shine a light on themselves by shining a light on something else that's good in your community. And I think you'll make some headway with them. And you'll probably make headway grouping them that way, right? Don't just look at one business. Try to group them together.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking about how Shell sponsors New Orleans Jazz Fest, and
To know how these things turn out after the fact. So feel free to write in and let us know. All right, third question. To attack the problem from, but again, always update us. I know you're a regular question submitter. We would love to know how these things turn out after the fact. So feel free to write in and let us know.
Chapter 5 is